From the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, we continue to be in the midst of a heat wave that will likely continue for several more days, but eventually this ridge of high pressure is going to break down and move off to the east, and that should open up the door for change as we head into next week, especially mid to late next week, and we'll get to that in just a bit. So as we look at that big picture, you see that big ridge of high pressure. We started out last week with it in northern Mexico. It's gradually migrated through Texas. Now it's up by the Arklatex and will be skirting through Louisiana over the next several days. Should be nearly overhead Acadiana by Friday. So tomorrow, Friday, should be the hottest days of the week. Today, I think we got to about 99. We'll see what the National Weather Service issues coming up in the next half hour. So we'll have that for you at 6 if available. So this ridge of high pressure will expand and move eastward and eventually flatten. And that is the good news for us because that'll open up the door for more clouds, eventually some showers into early next week, and then eventually better rain chances. But you can see locally there's nothing going on the regional Doppler radars. This is very unusual anytime during the summer where we have clean sweeps on all 10 Doppler radars that we're watching this afternoon. And of course, locally, there's not a whole lot going on. So we'll get into the model forecast. And the key on forecasting the temperatures over the next couple of days will be what direction our winds come. Today, they've been mostly southwest to west-southwest. Tomorrow, they could be more westerly. So we start out near 80 degrees and we'll just watch these winds. Notice they try to turn out of the southwest in the afternoon. Model going for 100 tomorrow. We'll temper that with 99 because that's what it went with yesterday. And then there might be a few pop-up showers. They're throwing us a little bit of just a little bit of a curve here. Maybe an isolated shower in the area, but chance of getting wet, we can't go much higher than 5%. Then as we move into Friday, much the same. Some clouds in the morning, mostly sunny in the afternoon. Temperatures heading for the upper 90s to near 100 once again. So here's that ridge of high pressure. It slowly moves eastward. Here we are by Friday, and that looks like it's going to get right over us. So that's when we're going to see the hottest temperatures. Isolated storm possible, but not likely. 5–10% range once again. But then as we get into Sunday, it begins to move to the east. We have a little bit of a trough here to the north of us. And then as we get into mid to late next week, we see that ridge breaking down. Still plenty of high pressure, but not as strong and not as subsident and not as capping on the atmosphere. So we do expect storms. So let's look for moisture, why don't we? We do see Hurricane Adrian out here. That will run out of gas, but notice as we head into Monday, a little bit more yellow than blue. You do have a tropical wave or a couple of tropical waves that are going to be entering the Gulf as we head next week, and that should add to our rain chances. So moisture levels going up, so consequently we do think we're going to see a scattering of showers and thunderstorms going into next week. Near term, upper 70s to near 80 for your low. Tomorrow back into the upper 90s. That heat index up there at 112. Back down to near 80 again tomorrow night. You know the story. And then as we head into Friday afternoon, upper 90s once again with that heat index better than 110. Speaking of heat indices, this is the way it's going to look tomorrow. Most of us in the 110, 112, 114 degree range, a little bit lower down by the coast, but not by much. And then we do it all over again going into Friday with those high heat indices continuing. And again, hottest part of the day from about 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's when we have the heat advisory. So by 9 o'clock, we'll be over the 100 degree mark on the heat index. And then you get to noon all the way through about 7 o'clock, 108 or better on that heat index. That's when you got to take plenty of breaks, get indoors, get inside some air conditioning for sure. So fair skies overnight tonight, another sultry night indeed. A slight early evening breeze, which makes it not too bad. If you get outside right around 7 o'clock, it's actually a little pleasant with that late afternoon breeze, but that breeze goes away overnight. And then for tomorrow, we'll see another mostly sunny day, stifling heat continuing. 99 the high with those heat indices up to 115. Not much wind out there, and you notice that today, less wind, so the temperatures felt that much hotter as we move forward into the 10-day forecast. Upper 90s through the weekend, but we'll start introducing some slight rain chances early next week. And by the 4th of July, we're going to start to see a better chance of showers and storms. Here's the European model. At least a few scattered showers around and about. Then we head into Wednesday, a little bit more coverage locally. Then we get into Thursday, we see more green, and that is good news for us, and the same goes for Friday. Friday. At least scattered storms back into the forecast. Maybe some pretty decent rain chances, but the bottom line, what those rain chances will bring our daytime highs back to where they should be this time of year, closer to the lower 90s. Those overnight lows, though, staying above normal. And it looks like 79s are wild, except for tomorrow night. Lots of 79 to 80 degrees at night.
All right. Thanks, Rob.